Good morning and have a nice day, class. First, I am Sir Christian Umal. So, before we entering our discussion for today, can I ask or who will volunteer for our prayer for today? Yes, Miss Angelica. Okay, thank you. And who are the absent for today? Okay. So, for today, class, on our discussion, we will tackle about Lesson 5, Practice Occupational Health and Safety Procedures. Learning outcome. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to do the following. First, identify hazard and risk. So, bago tayo magsimula sa pinakang discussion natin, class, may mga definition of terms dito. Para nang sa ganon is mas maunawaan ninyo yung mga words or mga makikita nyo dito sa topic natin na to or sa lesson natin na ito. Tayo ditong dalawang acronyms. Learning outcome number 1. Identify hazard and risk. Performance standards. Workplace hazard and risk are identified and clearly explained. Second is hazard risk and its corresponding indicators are identified in with the company procedures. Contingency measures are recognized and established in accordance with organizational procedures. So, yung magiging pinakang materials natin and resources natin is yung video clips on hazard and risk. So, bago tayo pumunta dun sa pinakang discussion natin, class, alamin natin muna kung ano na ba yung alam nyo na dito sa magiging topic natin ngayon. Let us determine on how much you already know about identifying hazard and risk. So, dito, may inihanda ako or may ginawa ako na magiging pre-test. Ayan. Dito sa magiging pre-test natin ay match column A with column B. Right letter only. So, ganito yung mangyayari sa atin dito. Kung inaakala nyo yung ang sagot sa number 1 ay yung letter A or yung letter J, isusulat nyo siya dun sa unahan nung number 1, dun sa may guhit. What do you need to know? Ano pa nga ba yung kailangan nyong malaman dito sa topic natin na ito? Hazard and risk. What is the difference between hazard and risk? Sa hazard, a hazard is something that can cause harm. Ang panganib ay, sabi dyan, ang panganib ay isang bagay na maaaring magdulot ng matinding pinsala. Tapos, halimbawa nga dyan, yung sa kuryente. Alam naman natin yan. Then, sa mga chemical na ginagamit natin. And yung maging yung paggawa ng hagdan. Yung maging ang ingay or sobrang ingay sa isang lugar ay isang uri din ng hazard. At yung mga keyboard na kadalasang ginagamit ng mga workers natin ay isa rin sa tinuturing na hazard. Then, yung kadalasang nangyayari sa trabaho, yung pambubuli ay isa din sa mga hazard. And yung stress. Risk is the chance or probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse healthy effect once to a hazard. Rather, it may also apply to situation with property or equipment loss. Ang panganib ay kadalasan na may pagkakataon or posibilidad sa isang tao ay mapahamak o makaranas ng masamang epekto. So, isa nga sa mga epekto nito ay magkakaroon ng epekto sa atin ay dun sa ating kalusugan, at maaring ito ay magkaroon ng malaking epekto rin sa mga proper or equipment na nasa paligid natin. Then, ang panganib ay may tsansa or may mataas na chance or mababa, depende sa situation, na magdudulot talaga ng matinding panganib or pinsala sa isang tao. Then, halimbawa nga dyan, ang trabaho ng mag-isa at malayo sa iyong opisina ay maaring maging isang panganib. At ito ay nagdudulot ng mataas na posibilidad ng panganib. Bakit? Kasi ang pagtatrabaho ng mag-isa or malayo sa opisina mo ay wala kang kasiguraduhan na hindi ka madidisgrasya or ma-accident. Mas mabuting gawin doon is may kasama ka para once na may mangyaring hindi maganda is may tutulong sa iyo, diba? So, next is yung 5 basic workplace hazard. First, chemical hazard. So, ano nga ba ang chemical hazard? A chemical hazard is a substance that has the potential to cause harm to life or health. Usually, chemicals are widely used in the home and any other place, and exposure to chemical can cause quite or long-term detrimental health effect. Physical hazard naman is urgent factor or circumstance that cause harm with contact. They can be classified as type of occupational hazard or environment hazard. Physical hazard include ergonomic hazard, radiational, heat and cold, stress, vibration hazard, and noisy hazards. For the biological hazard is a substance that possess a threat to the health of living organisms, primarily humans. This could include a sample of microorganism, virus, or toxin that can adversely affect humans' health, and biohazard could also be substance harm for the animals. So, ang ergonomic hazard naman ay it is a risk factor on workplace situation that cause wear and tears on the body and can cause injury. These include repetition, awkward posture, forceful emotion, stationary position, direct pressure, vibration, extreme temperature, noise, and work stress. So, pagdating naman sa physiological or psychological hazard from poor or work design, organization, and management, as well as poor social context of work, and they result in negative psychological, physical, and social outcomes such as work-related stress, burnout, or depression. Next is chemical hazards. Yes, can you give one? That's correct. Liquid such as cleaner and so on and so forth. So, sa physical hazard naman, nandyan ang machinery, electrical power, noisy, and so on and so forth. For the biological hazards include bacteria, virus, insect, plants, bird, animals, and humans. Example of biohazard is, ayun nga, nasabi natin kanina, yung bacteria kadalasan talagang example ng biohazards. Ergonomic hazards, problem came from lightning. Magsisimula daw sa, or makukuha natin dun sa lightning, chairs, and so on and so forth. Psychological hazard, workplace cause of stress included heavy workloads. Yung masyadong mabigat na trabaho or punong-puno na trabaho. So, punta tayo dito. Threshold limit value. One of the most critical among the hazard that one may encounter in the chemical hazards. Chemical may produce reaction that may endanger one's health and life. This is the reason why. So, ang isa sa mga pinaka-critical sa mga panganib na maaari na ma-encounter ninyo or makaharap nyo ang chemical hazards. Dahil ang chemical hazards ay isa sa matinding panganib na magdudulot or magbibigay ng matinding panganib sa ating kalusugan, especially pagdating sa buhay natin. Then the American Conference of Government Hygienists, or ACGIH, established a threshold limit value. TLV is the term used by the American Conference of Government Hygienists to express the airborne concentration of material to which nearly all person can be exposed day after day without adverse health and effect. So, ito ang dahilan kung bakit initatag ng American Conference ang Government Hygienists or ACGIF ang isang mahalagang bagay upang malimitahan ang threshold. Ang TLV naman ay ang terminong ginamit ng American Conference of Government Hygienists sa pagpapaliwanag nitong or sa itinatag nila nitong batas na ito or protocol. So, pagdating sa pinakang huling activities natin, how much have you learned or ano yung mga natutunan nyo dito sa discussion natin na ito. Given below in this list of common workplace hazard, write at least 3 examples of each statement on hazards. So, ayan na, lalagyan nyo ng mga statements or 3 statements for the chemical hazard, physical hazard, biological, ergonomic hazard, and psychological hazards. Then, next is, how do you apply? What do you have learned? Paano nyo i-apply yung mga natutunan nyo dito sa naging topic natin na ito? And yung pinakang last na activity na gagawin nyo is make a research work. Make an internet research on different hazard and risk. And next is be able to identify these different hazards. And yung last is make a write-up on your research on workplace hazard and risk. So, ayun class, dito na nagtatapos yung ating discussion for today. I hope na sana marami kayong natutunan sa discussion natin na ito. And that's all. Thank you.